Hello, and welcome to this special ripple wave or ripple energy, if you will, presentation. And let's begin. So this is going to be Yuga Time Wave newsletter volume number 1, ripple date number 10, April 9th, 2019. And the presentation is a video and is presented on Saturday, April 6th, 2019. So what is this ripple date all about? Well, I'm going to do this stuff live now. So right now you have this ripple date of the 9th, right? And you also have a thing called UTC. So you have to go kind of the 8th and also the 10th, right? But how powerful is this ripple? So you have the 9th, but it's also going to stretch back to the 6th and stretch forward to the 12th. So 6-day span for this this ripple. It's already starting to income already, and so it's going to kind of come in a little bit like this and then get a little bit crazy here. So you're looking at the 9th. It's a Tuesday, but you also have that connected with a Monday and also with a Wednesday because of UTC. So, and this also stretches back again to the 6th. Then you have the 7th and the 8th, and it stretches forward to the 12th, which is obviously the 10th and the 11th, right? So it's this one that's incoming is a little bit different. It's not wave energy, it's just a ripple. It just means that the third wave energy is going to be a little bit more powerful. So Tuesday, so it's a Tuesday, the 9th. And I'm going to talk about some of the areas that will be important to keep an eye on as this ripple begins to influx. So if you think about, if you drop a pebble, right, into some water here, obviously as the pebble drops, ripples begin to form and go out, right? And obviously behind them will be waves, so these ripples go out and then they start to propagate out and so on. But this one just has a different feel about it in relation to world affairs, or something to do with the word block, and something to do with euro, I guess you would say. So block and euro seems to be something connected with this ripple day as it starts to come in. And I will go through 8 areas to keep an eye on for this ripple coming on the 9th. It's already starting to kind of coming in like this right now. Here, it's going to begin to get a little bit stronger. It gets a little bit crazy on the 8th, or something to do with something to do with euro, I guess. Here, yeah. And then here, it starts to get a little bit stronger, especially here and here. So these dates here, the 10th, you see, 10th, 11th, and 12th, because of the span. Something to do with block and euro right here. This span here, I guess. So this span here of it. So because the first wave energy and the second wave energy have already hit, and the third wave energy is getting a lot more powerful. You know, a couple of weird things that did happen is that you had that satellite that was blown up in space, which is weird. Yeah. So Tuesday, the 9th. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on something to do with euro and block. Something to do with block. Yeah, definitely here, and it will start building. It already starts. It's actually building now, 6th, 7th, 8th, but it will get much more powerful these dates in connection to these things here. So yeah, I'm going to talk about some of the areas in a second to keep an eye on, and definitely something. Definitely the word euro keeps showing here. And it's as if like it gets more, so the ripple gets more powerful. Definitely big. So it starts here, but then it starts to uptick here. The 10th, the 11th, and 12th. Yeah, it's definitely showing something to do with this. So, yeah. What is euro? What is that? That's, so you would call that like a block. Funny, block reminds me of like the Berlin Wall or something. You know what I mean? Berlin Wall. Yeah, so what's that? That's what, Germany? Germany. Anyway, yeah. And yeah, so hang on a sec. So euro, something to do with this, a wall. But I think that's the Berlin Wall. That was so, and something to do with a box or something. So something like this. And like things are being put into the box. So they're going in here. And it's actually, whatever this is, it's already started. So it's as if like someone says, great. Oh, woo, or something like that. Yeah. So 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Wow, this is a big, actually, it's possible that this could be world affecting, whatever this is. So Euro, block, wall, a box, things being put into it. The energy is building. It will start to uptick even more. So this is, so just remember that this is going to be UTC. So some UTC. UTC. So it's actually something to do with the 10th, something big on the 10th. So something's starting here. It's already started. It's going to increase these next couple of days. It's going to be connected to the 10th and something big on the 12th. That's something big on the 12th. 6, 7, 10, 12, because the UTC. And two camps or something, two camps as well. So for some reason it's shown something big connected to April 10th and 12th that runs to this, and the power of this ripple. So wow. So I think it's Europe. Hang on for a second. It's Europe. I don't think it's currency, and it has something to do with a box like this, and something to do with things being put into a box, and two camps or something. Let's see, two camps where some people are going to be happy or something, or I don't know, and others are not going to be pleased. Something's not going to be I don't know, it's weird. Something's not right with the box. But then the block, something to do with block or dock or talk or block. So something's gonna happen here with this, definitely, and something's going to happen with this, something to do with a block that will be connected to a box, or some people putting things into a box or something, which is connected to two camps of these people or something. So that's wow. And a wall, something to do with a wall. Let's see. So so the big dates here are going to be actually it's already started. 6th, 7th, 8th, and then but this date is big as well. And then this date, these dates are leading to this date. So right, so a couple of other things. Obviously this is Yuga time wave. Ripple date April 9, 2019. Eight ripple watch areas. So if you want to kind of follow along, beginning today and the 6th, running to the 12th, these will be the watch areas that are going to become highlighted. And the first two is space weather. Keeping an eye on the sun and strange auroras and colors, and they call them northern lights, and the word mysterious, keeping an eye on that. The chaotic jet stream now, the crazy things that are going on with the jet stream, keep an eye on that. The ring of fire. Right now, you have apogee and perihelion with the Earth, and it's kind of like still being shielded right now. The ring of fire is kind of a little bit quiet, but that will change, and earthquakes will be something people have to really take note of here shortly. So, and volcanoes, people will have to keep an eye on certain volcanoes as well. And crazy giant sea creatures that, because the CO2 changes into undersea volcanoes, the carbon dioxide that's happening in the oceans, you're going to have more and more strange stories about sea creatures beaching themselves. So civil unrest, you're going to see this be a bit weird. Just keep an eye on it during the ripple time span, which is April 6th to the 12th in various countries, especially keep an eye on Venezuela. And and then economies. Keep an eye on economies. Right, so that's the 8 ripple watch areas. So this part I'm going to give a little bit more information about the 9 waves and kind of what's happening and the Earth. So let me begin. Let me see. Okay, so right now, your sun is in a solar minimum already, right? They projected what's happening to begin to happen in 2021, 2022, if you will, right? And what that means is that you would have less sunspots and CMEs, which are coronal mass ejections, right? And what CMEs do is they come and they sweep solar wind and radiation across Earth, and it helps to keep cosmic rays kind of at bay, right? They kind of like, the CMEs come along and high energy particles kind of like swept aside, if you will. But during solar minimum, which is kind of where things are now, let me actually show another slide here. Right. So we have solar radiation, if you will, coming in, right? And it usually goes in this direction because it's being swept apart. But during solar minimum, when you don't have the same amount of energy coming from the sun, it starts to seep in as primary and secondary particles. And there's various places on your planet Earth where in the ancient times, underground chambers, you could actually see these cosmic rays come in, and they would be shown in the form of what's known as muons, right, which are light sources coming in. So so let me give you an idea of what's actually happening here. So let's see. So obviously this is, I'll just call this SM solar minimum, right? You're already in it, 2019, right? You have this constellation here. I wonder, does anybody know what it is that's flashing? It's about to come back up again. Let's see. Yeah, so that constellation is Cygnus X3. It's known as the Northern Cross and also the Swan, right? So down here at the bottom is what will eventually become known as Nemesis, if you will. Nemesis. And the higher percentage of solar systems have binary systems, and your current Earth solar system is no different. And this Nemesis star, stellar object, if you will, is very dark. It kind of hides away from a lot of the Earth instruments, and using infrared, they will find it eventually. But it does have satellites or planetoids, if you will, that orbit it, and they also will be hard to find. But that won't be the case much longer. I mean, a perfect example is you take, Copernicus, Galileo, Herschel, Percival Lowell, Clyde Tombaugh, Robert S. Harrington. Then you have Mike Brown from Caltech, who downgraded Pluto in 2006, and then found a thing called Planet 9 in 2016, which is interesting because there was a massive search for Planet X, which if Pluto wasn't downgraded in 2009, what they now would be talking about is Planet X. So it's all a big game that they're playing on the psyche of the public. But anyway, so you're in solar minimum right now, and this is going to only increase to get a lot more crazy, right? So you have less CMEs coming from your local star. So you have more and more primary high energy particles bombarding your planet, and they then turn into secondary particles, if you will. They become secondary particles as they start to interact with your clouds, your weather. So you'll see extreme changes there, right? Because they become secondary particles. And then you have yeah, what's actually, let's go with a different color. Let's go with yellow. Actually, it shouldn't be yellow. It should be maybe orange. bombarding in from here. And beginning to interact with the southern hemisphere, and beginning to also overtake the solar radiation and any of the solar wind that's coming. And what you'll start to see then is a couple of crazy things. You'll start to see the auroras becoming a bit different, because you'll have energy coming in from lesser energy from solar minimum. You will have electromagnetic connections into the solar wind, and then you have the high energy particles coming in. So you're going to have more and more crazy northern lights occurring. So you'll see this phenomenon continue to increase here. And of course, they'll use the word mysterious and all that kind of stuff, right? So what does this mean? Well, as all this is going on, you will have the 9 waves. And the 9 waves is coming from Cygnus X3, and they're coming in here, and they're helping the sun to sweep a lot of this crazy energy away, and helping, if you will. So Cygnus is sending a lot of energy in, but it's not being rejuvenated, because it's helping to not to keep Earth safe. It's not that. It's just, as this new cycle comes, as the ascending Kali Yuga comes to an end and the Dwarpa ascending cycle begins, it's just what happens during these cycles. So you have a lot of factors going on. Obviously, let's do this. Let's see if we can color code this. So you have solar minimum, right? You have cosmic rays increasing. Cosmic rays increasing. Right, increasing. You have Cygnus helping, aiding with the transition from Kali Yuga ascending to Dwarpa Yuga ascending. You have Nemesis also getting closer to its binary companion, which is obviously the sun, right? And then you have obviously the 9 waves coming in, right? So there's a lot of things going on. Each of them are trying to fight for the power over Earth, and another big thing you also have going on is let me do another slide here. Let's see. So the Earth is currently tilted what's called 23.5, right? It has an axis that goes up here, or actually let me fix that. Yeah, a sec. Let's fix that. So its axis should be straight up and down. See if we can fix it. Oh, it's just the pixels. Let's try again. So its axis should be just straight up and straight down. But it's not actually the case because it has a 23.5 degree tilt. Right, degree tilt. But what people don't know is that tilt actually runs from 21 degrees up to 24 degrees. And let me see here. It actually changes at various times, kind of like here and here. It's not that much, but it's close to it, right? So people should ask themselves that question. How does the planet have a 23.5 degree tilt? What would cause it to have a tilt, right? So could it tilt more? Could it tilt even more this way? And right, and change its complete equator, right? A lot of people probably don't know this too, but the sun has a 6 degree tilt. So that means that something very powerful tilted your local star. Could it be the binary? So if the binary has the power to tilt the sun 6 degrees, imagine what it has the power to do to this planet. And of course, it doesn't necessarily have to even get that close. It may have a couple of planetoids traveling along, right? So, yeah. So the Yuga time wave, just a recap here, ripple date April 9, 2019, 8 ripple watch areas, space weather, jet stream, ring of fire, earthquakes, volcanoes, sea creatures, civil unrest, and economies. This has been a live presentation, Yuga time wave, newsletter volume number 1, ripple date number 10, April 9th, 2019. Presentation vision presented on Saturday, April 6th, 2019. I do recommend to go check out the video. A lot of stuff in the description. Go check it out. Yeah. That's it for now.